Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started.
Morning.
Happy June. Let's do a sound check as we get going here. Jesse, how are you today?
Good. You guys?
All right. Linda, can you hear us loud and clear up there?
Perfectly.
Excellent, excellent. Bethsaida, are you in Syracuse?
I am in Syracuse.
It's
Good morning.
So nice to. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. It's kind of a rainy, dreary day down here in Lower Manhattan. What's it like up in Onondaga County?
Same. It's a 40-degree difference from yesterday.
Wow.
Wow, that's. I hope it's not going to snow or anything. Alex, help me. The screen is on the bottom.
So
I'm looking at Lauren. No.
So you've got Linda's in our Hampton office. Andy is in Buffalo, and with Jesse is Linda Baldwin.
No, I see Linda on the far right. You guys can't tell the way the screen sort of formats itself for us. But anyway, everyone can hear us, okay, or hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Hi, Andy. Good morning. How's Buffalo?
Good morning. Same thing, dreary, a little overcast. We had a beautiful day yesterday, just like Onondaga.
Well, hopefully you'll get another beautiful day tomorrow on the backside of this. All right. Having made the rounds, let's get started. Alex, you want to get us going?
Yes, we're going to open up with the Governance Committee meetings, and as the chairman noted, we have Jesse Olczak representing Bob Mujica, Director of the Division of the Budget, and Linda Baldwin, representing Ms. Rosanna Rosado, Secretary of State. They're participating in our meeting from the DOB office. Bethsaida Gonzalez is participating from the Syracuse office for the SONYMA board. Andy Sanfilippo is in Buffalo for MBBA and TSFC. And Linda Manley, our general counsel, who I'm playing the role of today, is in our Hampton office. So that covers all our participants. So I'm going to ask a motion and a second to call to order the June 13th, 2019 Governance Committee meetings of HFA, AHC, SONYMA, MBBA, and TSFC. Can I have a motion for HFA and AHC?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Can I have a motion for SONYMA?
So moved.
Second. Okay. And can I have a motion for MBBA?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay. So I'm going to note that Ken Adams is the Governance Committee Chairman for HFA, AHC, MBBA, and TSFC, everybody but SONYMA. Commissioner Wisnauskas is the chairperson for SONYMA. She'll chair that meeting. As items are presented to each committee throughout today's meetings, the motions we just heard will be used unless specific items call for a different vote. For purposes of convenience, Chairman Adams will present the items for the Governance Committee.
The first items are shared items. Item 1, the following minutes for the various committee meetings held on April 11, 2019 shall be deemed approved, absent corrections from the members and directors. And so there are 5 sets: the HFA Governance Committee members meeting, the AHC Governance Committee members meeting, the SONYMA Governance Committee directors meeting, the MBBA Governance Committee directors meeting, and the TSFC Governance Committee members meeting. Any comments from directors or members? Good. The next 2 items on the agenda are SONYMA information items. Item 2 is an annual review of the MIF contract with Radian. And 3, another information item, is an annual review of the contract with George Leocata. There's no unfinished business, so Alex is going to ask for motions and seconds to adjourn each of the 5 agencies' members and directors committee meetings. Alex?
This is our most rapid Governance Committee meeting. Assuming the first and seconds previously entered for all 5 committees, all in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motions are carried. The meetings are adjourned. The next Governance Committee meeting, where hopefully we'll be doing more things, will be on Thursday, September 5, 2019. So
short meetings are okay.
So we're going to move to the Audit Committee, and that will be chaired by Mr. Davids.
And I'll just turn it right back over to Alex.
So we just said a bunch of things, and noting the people that are present, that still applies. So I'm going to ask for a motion, a second to call to order the June 13, 2019 Audit Committee meetings of AHC, HFA, SONYMA, MBBA, and TSFC. This is a different set of committee members. So if I can have a motion for HFA and AHC.
So moved.
Second. Okay, a motion for SONYMA.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, a motion for MBBA and TSFC.
So moved.
So moved.
Second? Perfect.
Thanks,
Second.
Andy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you should have told me that earlier. All right, no problem. Okay, so we're gonna backtrack a little bit here, and we're gonna readjourn, reconvene the governance committee meetings by magic here. Can I the same vote that applied for the adjournment
I move that we reconvene.
will apply? So please say aye.
Aye.
The governance committee item with George Liacata will require a resolution of SONYMA.
Yes.
Okay, so that will the SONYMA members make a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, now we're going to adjourn.
Wow.
Ba-ba-boom, we're back.
We
Audit
need to
committee.
say aye. We adjourn.
Aye.
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 Okay.
All right. Lisa likes to keep things exciting.
Who's on first?
Who's on first?
We're now in sync, though. Very interesting.
At least Lisa was paying attention. Okay, so as I was saying, Chairman Adams is the agency's chair and will chair the audit committee meetings of MBBA, and TSFC. Joyce Miller who's not here but is planning to come.
Oh, yay.
Joyce is here.
Perfect timing.
Perfect time.
Just in time.
No problem, Joyce. We're on the audit committee. So Joyce, who's just arriving, is the audit committee chairperson for SONYMA. Nestor Davidson is the audit committee chair for HFA and AHC. For purposes of convenience and to make sure the meetings of the respective agencies go smoothly, items shared by one or more of the agencies were presented by Mr. Davidson.
Item 1, the following minutes shall be deemed approved absent corrections from members and directors. Adoption of the minutes of the audit committee meetings held on April 11th, 2019, New York State HFA, New York State Affordable Housing Corporation, SONYMA, State of New York Municipal Bond Bank Agency, and the Tobacco Settlement Financing Corporation. The next item on the agenda is an information item. There will be no discussion on this item unless committee directors or members so desire. Item 2, annual review of independent audit contracts with Ernst & Young, LLP. Any discussion? Great. The next item on the agenda is a consent item. There will be no discussion on the following item unless board members or directors so desire. Item 3, resolution recommending approval of independent auditors' report relating to the audit of the scheduled expenditures of federal award, the single audit. Questions, comments? Alex?
Now before the HFA and SONYMA committees is a resolution of the audit committees of SONYMA and HFA reviewing and approving the audited schedule of expenditures and federal awards single audit report for the fiscal year ended October 31, 2018. Assuming the first and seconds previously entered for the HFA and SONYMA committee, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. The resolution adopted.
We will now move to the action items. Item 4, approval of internal audits. SONYMA Single Family Program owned real estate audit. Steve?
I assume that unlike knows what real estate owned means.
I think so. It's not an Oreo cookie.
Big meat.
This isn't the state, the federal housing.
No. We know what we're doing here.
Okay, tab 4, we have our own real estate audit. Here we looked at, here we reviewed the mortgage records and the systems of internal control for single-family OREs as of May 31st of 18. As of our audit date, there were 175 properties having a value of about $13 million. OREs are properties of the single-family program that are achieved through the borrower's default on mortgage payments. The foreclosure process starts when the servicing bank can't collect those delinquent mortgage payments. And then what happens is it goes into the legal system and goes through the court, which takes, on average, a minimum 4.5 years to go to a foreclosure sale and file the ORE. The ORE is recorded on our records at the outstanding balance of the mortgage. Single-family management is pretty much relegated to enforcing the program guidelines and to the financial transfer. Our audited foreclosure process itself, the sale of the property, insurance claims, and accounting transactions.
questions, comments?
Okay, now
Joyce has a.
Yeah, I just have a question about the audit recommendations regarding strengthening internal controls. And what is happening in that regard?
Well, we had asked them to upgrade the controls in the sense that we wanted them to have a more involvement in the process and monitoring some of the legal actions that are taking place in the foreclosure process. And they agreed to that. And we're going to do the policy.
And that's to just ensure, the purpose of this is just to ensure timely follow-up. We're not looking at the actual management conditions, the conditions which the homes are kept, et cetera.
Well, that's done by the servicing bank. They actually secure the property and they also monitor it.
Right, we don't monitor that?
Well, we do, but it's through the servicing bank itself.
Because we don't independently monitor it, we just take the servicing bank's word for
Well,
what's
yeah,
happening.
we get from, for instance, if in the wintertime they secure the property so the pipes don't freeze, we get those bills and we get lawn cutting, and if there's any damage to the house itself, for instance, if there's vandalized or any steel piping, etc. All of those bills are approved by us, so we do have control over it, but we rely on them to, because the properties are occupied.
But these properties are occupied?
It could be.
They may be, yeah.
Sometimes, a lot of times they are, sometimes they're vacated. Since the process, we have some OREs that, I shouldn't say OREs, some properties in the foreclosure process that can go 8 or 10 years before it's finally foreclosed.
Is there any procedure by which tenants can directly appeal to the agency about whether they're satisfied with the way the properties are being kept up?
They could. Generally, they deal with the servicing bank.
Right, I would assume they go to the bank first, but if
Yeah.
they're dissatisfied with the bank response,
Right.
they can appeal to the agency.
Yes. The servicing bank is trying to remedy the situation, whether it's a loan modification or whatever the case may be. Of course, they have to qualify. If they don't qualify, they're not going to continue the foreclosure process.
Thank you.
But you have so many, we call mediation conferences that occur. Sometimes it could be a dozen or more, which can drag on for 2 or 4 years. And for the most part, from what I've seen, as long as the borrower shows up at these conference meetings, they adjourn and we can continue. And there could be 2, 3 months in between each one. So it just seems to drag the process out.
And, excuse me, the policy of the agency is that if an owner's property is foreclosed, we try to retain that owner as the tenant, or we have the tenant, we have the owner is evicted.
Generally, they try to
They
do
try to
yes, but
maintain it.
you know, sometimes it doesn't happen.
Right, sometimes you can't, I understand that.
Mr. I just have a quick, pardon me, thank you, Steve, a process question. In a situation like this where you do an internal audit and you have a finding where you're suggesting sort of improving internal controls in this unit, and you ask them to respond within 30 days, right? How will we know, as the committee members know, that that has happened to your satisfaction?
Well, we follow up with the department, and then annually we also do a follow-up with which we bring to the board.
Okay.
And if it's not implemented as agreed upon, we cite it again.
Okay.
And continue following
So you continue, you sort of flag something, and you'll continue to watch. And I assume you, when you say improving, I know it's in the report, but you'll work with them. You'll have more specific recommendations about how to improve those internal controls, right? And then you'll work. And okay, I just
And we also have a tracking report that we make. We know what's outstanding.
right. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Steve, I don't know if you're the right one to ask, but in the process of meeting with the owners, trying to mitigate, is there any effort to proactively seek their cooperation in the foreclosure process in exchange for a long-term agreement for tenancy at an affordable rent? So that the
Not
agency...
to my knowledge, I'm not sure.
Where's Sherry?
Sherry's right.
No.
Sherry.
I mean, it would sort of require the bank wanting to own the property, if they were going to keep her as a renter, or they'd have to find a relationship with someone who'd be willing to do that.
Well,
But
they'd
I
have
think
to-
that's what the gap in that.
Yeah, they'd have to sell the property to a buyer that was willing to buy it subject to the tenancy.
Right.
To my knowledge,
Seems to me that would be a progressive way to handle it if it could be worked out.
Good questions. Anything else? Okay, Alex.
Now before the SONYMA Committee is a resolution of the Audit Committee of SONYMA reviewing and approving internal audit single-family program owned real estate audit report. Assuming the first and seconds previously entered for the SONYMA Committee, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried, the resolution adopted.
Okay, item 5, resolution approving internal audits HFA mortgage billing system audit report.
up again.
You're up again.
I thought there was something in the
You have a blank piece of
We've
paper.
got you for a little while, Steve.
It's one of those things that says this page left blank intentionally. That's what you got.
Yes, here we performed an audit of the mortgage billing service. And we reviewed the accounting records and system and internal controls as of September 30th. The accounting department's responsible for carrying the monthly bills and mortgages. Staff reviews it, management approves it prior to being sent to project management. Transactions are received through a lockbox operation that is provided by J.P. Morgan Chase. There are various transactions that come through there, mortgage closing transactions, mortgage payments, even some things like reimbursement for dental plan, cash receipts that are deposited into the agency's bank accounts. The agency staff has access to the lockbox by way of the internet using a unique identification user code and a password. And the system generates transitional letters that allows them to classify the cash receipts as opposed to the general ledger. Our review included reviewing 31 transactions that had about a value of $5.6 million. The result of the audit was that we were able to satisfy our audit objectives. We actually had no comments or recommendations. The minor issues we resolved. We're going to ask you just to approve the report. There's no issues.
It's easy to let the ones that are completely clean go by, but it's worth noting. Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Great. Alex.
Okay, now before the HFA Committee is a resolution of the Audit Committee of HFA reviewing and approving internal audits mortgage billing systems audit report. Assuming the first and seconds previously entered for the HFA Committee, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried, the resolution adopted.
Item 6, resolution approving internal audits HFA multifamily finance program audit report.
Okay, here again, we looked at the account records and systems as of December 31st. Mortgage finance group is responsible for reviewing, processing loan applications by the vendor, or I should say the developer, also to review and to evaluate their qualifications as well as process and underwrite the loan in order to provide the best possible financing to the borrower. They're also responsible for acquisitions, converting loans from a construction to a permanent basis. HFA does offer a lot of financial resources to encourage and to preserve a wider range of multifamily projects, affordable rental projects. HFA's bonds and mortgages can be used to pay off the agency's bonds as long as they have a secured credit line, secured lending. Secured enhancement, I'm sorry. And bond proceeds can be used to fund the construction loans as well as financing. As for audit, there were 508 projects having the mortgage value of about $17 billion. Our audit came to a satisfactory rating. We had 3 items in the report. We who responded, we're going to ask that you approve the response.
Thank you.
Okay, now before the HFA committee is a resolution of the audit committee of HFA reviewing and approving internal audit's multifamily finance program audit report, assuming the first and seconds previously entered for the HFA committee. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. The resolution adopted.
Item 7, resolution approving AHC audited financial statement.
We're going to have a presentation.
Okay.
While we're waiting for the next presentation, can everybody, when we had a problem last time, I just want to make sure everybody who is connected to this meeting remotely can hear. A little late to ask you if you could hear Steve. I assume you could, or do we need to move the table for our presenters closer to the microphone? How's the sound?
It would be helpful if it were a bit closer.
Okay.
I agree.
We can hear, but it's a little soft.
Okay. Should we try to do that? Whatever. Remember last time, it's because the microphone's up.
Betsy's the tiniest and yet pulls the hardest.
I went to the gymnast for my son.
Is there a moving committee? Or is,
No,
or is this out of title?
We're gonna put Betsy on that.
4 people just did work out a title. I'll say that.
Now they're too close.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Don't be intimidated.
Okay, now you should be able to hear.
Say something. Say something, Daryl.
Testing.
Sonia?
Testing.
Testing.
All right. Good morning. I
Morning.
am Sonia Kinkle, the Director of Finance. I am replacing Gary Weinstock as Acting Controller. We just wrapped up our AHC audit, and I'm happy to say that it's another year of a clean audit, no management letter comments, and a clean opinion. And Lou Roberts is going to talk more about that.
Thank you. Good to be here with you all. Sonia stole some of my thunder. I wanted to start off by saying that we've completed our audit over the AHC financial statements, which it was for the year ended March 31st, 2019. We will be issuing an unmodified opinion on the financial statements, which is a clean opinion. We also issue a report on internal control of the financial reporting. There are no issues that are identified within that report either. During the audit, we did not have any significant difficulties at all, or disagreements with management. We did not identify any instances of fraud throughout our audit procedures. There were no audit adjustments, so the trial balance that we received was grouped in a manner that the numbers that are within your financial statements did not require any audit adjustments. So, and we received full cooperation from the agency staff. So that concludes my brief remarks on the financial statement audit. Be happy to entertain any questions you might have.
So I just have one question. It's less about the audit. Great, it went well and so clean. But just for a point of information, so it looks like we've had 3 years in a row where, obviously AHC gets appropriated funds. We then spend those appropriated funds. It appears we are spending more than we are getting appropriated, if I'm reading this correctly. And I'm just wondering what that means and if that's a trend line the board should be concerned about it all, or does that just mean we have built up a reserve and we're burning down the reserve, which is fine. I mean, it's all going to good use, but I'm just curious because that was sort of striking in looking at the numbers.
So we make awards monthly.
Yeah.
You guys approve them monthly, and we spend them out over time. So
Okay.
it's catch up. The state appropriates funds.
Mm-hmm.
We award them the full $26 million, and it gets paid out. Several years ago, we started tapping into the repayment funds.
Okay.
Which I think the balance was 25 to 30 million. So that has been paid out. We made excess awards in those years.
I see.
So we're paying them out now. Going forward, you should see that number come closer to 26 million. Excuse me. Closer to what the appropriated amount is.
And the repayment funds that have been built up over time, over how many years did that build up to?
Since the beginning of
the program.
At times, we've tapped it for special programs. Most recently, under the governor's housing plan, when Ruth first came on board, we used that money to go out with additional appropriations, if you will. We went out with a $59 million NOFA 2.5 years ago. So next year you will see the numbers go down.
Okay.
We're now spending close to $2 million per month.
Okay.
So you should see 24 to 25 million.
And Mr. I'm sorry, where do the repayments come from? Is that grants that you
So
make?
we give grants to not-for-profits.
Right.
Not-for-profits in turn give it to individuals. There's a 10-year occupancy period, which they have to stay in the house. If they sell or refinance the home, a portion of those dollars come back to us, and it goes into this repayment.
Got it.
They're not bonded funds. They stay there, and we could use them for others to reissue grants.
So in effect, that became like a reserve, as you said, right?
Right.
But it's been used.
It has been used, and we're using it now. I think we're
We don't have any left.
right. We don't. That's correct. That is 100%.
You should see the way she looks at you when she says that.
We're not asking you to spend more, just to be clear.
We're spending it as it comes in. To be clear, I think we get about $150,000 to $200,000 a month on average coming in repayments, and that money's comes in and goes back out.
Got it.
Immediately. if not sooner.
And this money built up over time over many years. This money built up over time over many years, and Chris Curtis, in particular, was part of a group that looked at this a couple of years ago, and that's how we decided that we better spend it. So Chris was very helpful to the agency on that.
Okay, great. Thank you. Other questions, comments? Great. Thank you. Alex?
All right, now before the AHC committee is a resolution of the Audit Committee of the State of New York Affordable Housing Corporation reviewing and approving AHC financial statements.
Thanks, everybody.
Assuming the first and seconds previously entered for the AHC committee, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motion is carried. The resolution adopted.
There is no unfinished business. Alex will ask for motions and seconds to adjourn each of the 5 agency members and directors committee meetings.
All right, assuming the first and seconds previously for all 5 committees, all in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motions are carried. The meetings are adjourned. The next audit committee meetings are scheduled to meet on Thursday, September 5th, 2019.